guest, Canadian Consul General Bernadette Jordan, and we thank you for the continued partnership with Massachusetts. Also a Nova Scotia native. Yes. Joining me today from our administration, we have Energy and Environmental Affairs Secretary Rebecca Tepper, Deputy Secretary for Federal and Regional Energy Affairs, Maura, and others. I know that many Nova Scotians are Bruins fans. It's a sensitive topic, but there are some. Celtics fans, Sox fans, Red Sox fans, right?
For sure.
And we got some Patriots fans who are cheering us
Definitely
on
right
this
now.
weekend.
Definitely
Right now. We love the bandwagon. And I know that we've had the opportunity to bring some of our championship trophies up to Halifax. So I hope that we can bring you another one in the near future. In all seriousness, today is an important day. Today is an important day because today we're here to affirm and announce our commitment to the strong ties that we have with Nova Scotia. You know, our two regions have had a relationship for a long period of time. You think about 1917 when two ships collided, setting off an explosion that devastated the city of Halifax and the entire region. Boston folks immediately organized trains with food and water and other supplies and got up there to help deliver aid. And I know every year we celebrate Nova Scotia and recognize Nova Scotia, as you did recently, Premier, with Mayor Wu, with the Christmas tree. So that's just an example. And I also want to say, you know, that continues to this day. Sadly, less than a week ago, we had a fishing vessel go down off the coast of Gloucester. And in an act of mutual aid and as a sign of the strong relationship between Massachusetts and Nova Scotia, sister communities of Gloucester, specifically Lunenburg and Shelburne, Nova Scotia, reached out immediately and offered support to us and to the fishing community in Gloucester. And we really appreciate that. We're Atlantic states and provinces. We know the hardship that our fishing families and communities endure. We have always looked, both Nova Scotia and Massachusetts, to the ocean for sustenance, for opportunity, and also have dealt with any number of tragedies over the years together. So I really, really appreciate that today. And I know that our port cities will continue to work together to support one another in the fisheries and international trade and the like. Today, Massachusetts and Nova Scotia, again, look to the ocean for opportunity. We joined today with Premier Houston to sign a memorandum of understanding between Massachusetts and Nova Scotia to advance offshore wind power in the Atlantic. I'll say that one more time for the folks in Canada so they don't think that there's something wrong with my throat. This memorandum of understanding today that Massachusetts signs with Nova Scotia is going to advance and strengthen offshore wind power in the Atlantic. It will benefit Nova Scotians, it will benefit people in Massachusetts and this region. Now, Massachusetts has led when it comes to offshore wind. We have this recipe of deep industrial ports, supply chain investment, trained workers, and strong coastal winds, which are really the blueprint for success. Vineyard wind is a great example. Already today, powering nearly 300,000 homes and businesses in Massachusetts. That will also help us lower our electricity costs. This is a project as well that brought hundreds of great paying jobs to the region and billions of dollars in investment to our state. Every day, I'm focused on lowering costs, whether it's healthcare, housing, or energy. And one of the ways we're going to get there is by bringing more supply into the region. As you know, I'm pushing for an all-of-the-above approach when it comes to energy supply. More wind, more solar, more gas, hydro, nuclear, battery storage, and the like. More supply means lower costs and more reliable energy for our region. So whatever actions may or may not be coming out of Washington, rest assured that here in Massachusetts, we're moving forward in any which way to bring more energy into this region. And we're continuing with an international collaboration that helps us increase supply, lower costs, and bring economic development to our port communities. So Premier Houston and I have spent time together in the past and have had a lot of conversations, and we really share a joint mission. We want to get more energy built and delivered to our communities. I'm so pleased to be able to sign this MOU with him today, and in the months ahead, our teams will work very closely together on development strategies, on discussions about transmission, supply chain, workforce, and so much more. But we have all the ingredients that we need to have tremendous offshore wind capacity up and down the Atlantic. And today, I'm really proud to take this step to strengthen the relationship between Massachusetts and Nova Scotia and look with anticipation and excitement for what that means for our communities. And with that, I turn it over to my good friend, Premier Houston.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon, everyone. Certainly thank Secretary Weezy and your team. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to work with you. Pleased to be here with our Consul General today and my team to talk about the next step in this incredible relationship that we have between Nova Scotia and Massachusetts and people of the Boston area. Of course, that relationship does go back generations. The family ties, the commercial ties are pretty significant. We've had a long friendship, and the Halifax explosion, the story of that is a remarkable story of friendship. That explosion that happened in Halifax was devastating for the city of Halifax. Thousands of people died instantaneously. It was in December. It was a snowstorm. It was really a terrible time. There was a lot of helplessness that people of Halifax felt in that moment. And somehow, and I don't know how, but somehow people of Boston heard about this tragedy unfolding and sent help. This is, they weren't texting each other back then. The folklore is actually that the fishermen heard the explosion. The explosion that happened when these two ships collided was the biggest man-made explosion until the atomic bomb came along. So the folklore is the fishermen heard it, knew something was wrong, and really within about 12 hours there was a train loaded on the way to Halifax to help. And we remember that, and we remember that kindness. When we see kindness, we don't forget it, and we remember with the tree every year and other things. So we are proud of the friendship, proud of the relationship, and proud of the commercial ties. And I think this is a moment for us to take that next step together in a long journey, what will be a friendship for a long time, and that's if we look to the offshore and our energy security. Nova Scotia is Canada's ocean playground. 8,000 miles of coastline, vast oceans, incredible wind speeds. The wind blows a lot. The water depths are good. We have all the conditions to create a lot of clean energy. In fact, Nova Scotia only uses about 2 gigawatts of energy at peak demand, and in the Nova Scotia offshore, we can produce 40, 50, 60 gigawatts. It's remarkable. So we'll have a lot of excess energy. We want to get that to a market somewhere. We'll use some of it, but we want to get some to a market as well. So we have our offshore board has done the first step of the bids for the generation components, and that will continue. We know we need to look at the transmission opportunities to help get it to market. So there's a lot happening, and we know that the potential in this area is really significant as well, and you have a bit more experience as well. So signing an MOU that says, hey, let's continue to work together, let's learn from each other, let's support each other in ways to make energy more affordable, the supply of energy more secure over the long time. These are critical steps for all the people that we represent and communities that we are part of. And we're just thrilled to be working together on advancing the common interests that we have on this and other files as well. So we'll sign this MOU today, and we'll just continue to build on this incredible friendship that exists between us. And I'm proud to be here on behalf of Nova Scotians to take this next step together. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Premier. Secretary?
Thank you, Premier. Thank you, Governor. Thanks for everybody coming today. We're great to be here with Nova Scotia and our partner, and to really kickstart our conversation about offshore wind and transmission. I do want to take a moment and thank my team for their work in spearheading this MOU. Deputy Secretary Maura, who leads our federal and regional energy team. Senior Director Ashley Gagnon. Oh, there she is. Marilyn sorry, Marilyn Harker, how do you pronounce it? Thank you, Harkavi. I knew I was going to get it wrong. Director of Policy Planning and Analyst for DOER, and Lisa Engler, who is the Deputy Managing Director for Offshore Wind at Mass CEC. Commissioner Mahoney was hoping to be here, but she's actually in DC right now. I know that she would want to remind everyone that of her background, which is Nova Scotian and Irish. So she definitely wants
We like her.
Want to make sure that she
We
says
like
that.
her.
Yeah. So our administration really has spent a lot of time in Canada this past year. We made stops in Newfoundland and Labrador, and this fall we had the pleasure of joining Premier Houston's team in Halifax, where we discussed the importance of offshore wind and our energy needs. You know, like Massachusetts, Nova Scotia has an enormous energy potential just off of its coastline, and that's what we're saying in this MOU, is that we want to harness these valuable resources. And we have the experience here in Massachusetts of doing that. And we have large-scale energy projects, and large-scale energy projects take a lot of planning and time and coordination. And I say this a lot, but if you're going to start an energy infrastructure projects, the best time to do that is today. They take a while, and they take a lot of planning, and they take a lot of coordination. So our team will be working closely with Nova Scotia as we move forward and sharing best practices on all things offshore wind, including grid integration, port infrastructure, workforce development, supply chain coordination, vessels, and new technology. Ultimately, we're looking for possible pathways to bring more power to Massachusetts. Both of our regions need more clean, affordable, and reliable power, and offshore wind and transmission can be a part of that. So from the start, this administration really has focused on regional collaboration. Right now, we're coordinating with ISO New England on a first-of-its-kind competitive transmission procurement, and we're looking for affordable transmission projects in Maine to unlock affordable onshore wind coming down to Massachusetts. Our team has also helped launch a collaborative with New York and other northeastern states to advance interregional transmission. And this is in addition to our multi-state procurements on wind, solar, and nuclear, including one just last week. So we're very grateful for our partners in Nova Scotia for opening up these formal talks with us, and we're looking forward to getting to work.
Thank you, Secretary. Great, we'll open it up for questions. Can we come to you in a minute? Great.
Governor, if I could ask, we just saw the NECEC project come online. There are a lot of political and legal challenges there. Obviously, you'd be embarking on an effort to...
All right, we are going to forego the question and answer period. I hope you leave your comments, your thoughts, like, follow, and subscribe. Have a good afternoon.